Hey, what's going on, world? This is your boy AD coming back to you once again. Since last week, we had to make a few changes, and those changes were we had to let Harold and Reynard go. Harold overcooked the steak, if you tune in, you know, and Reynard, who was on the camera, did a horrible job. So this week, we're going to come to you live, and we're going to bring y'all something new. In this section, we're going to call it the sneaker section. And so this week's sneakers are the Jordan Cement 3s. Look at them. Oh, so lovely. Look at that jump, man. It's a thing of beauty right there. It's a thing of beauty. And I also have another surprise for you guys. Since you weren't able to see this last week, I'm going to show it to you this week. Yes, you can read that, the 49ers, baby, in black. Then you turn it on to the back, and you got number 7, baby. And check out the gold Nike symbol. That thing is so nice, so nice, so beautiful. Now let's get into this football. We're going to address a couple issues today. The first issue we're going to address is Justin Smith retiring. Sad to say, the Cowboy has rolled off into the sunset. He's on his way to wherever he was from, and he's just going to retire. And so I'm kind of sad about that because I thought he would come back for one more year, and I thought he would be able to push that defense to a whole different level. So that just means now that Eric Armstead, along with Tank Carradine, Ian Williams, and Glenn Dorsey are all going to have to do a tremendous job of stepping up to fill that void, because the Cowboy was a load. He would oftentimes take on 2 defenders, and that's what allowed Aldon Smith to get so many sacks in his rookie year, and it's also his second year as well, because Justin was literally holding 2 people down at one time, and oftentimes he would go in there and get sacks. And so the other morning what I did was I just watched the video of the Cowboys just going berserk on people. And that was one of the greatest acquisitions that we acquired from free agency, was him being able to literally come in and help dominate that D-line like he has. And he's the main reason why our defense has been so great over the past couple of years, along with Navarro Bowman, Patrick Willis. Those guys are like the meat of the team. And now that we literally have 3 people that retired, Chris Borland, Patrick Willis, and Justin Smith, all those guys are big name guys, but I think that we'll have some difficulties in the beginning only because it's new and fresh. But I think that overall the defense will do a phenomenal job this year. I don't think it's going to be too much to harp on in regards to the defense is going to be lousy, the defense is going to be poor, because we got a lot of guys, a lot of young guys, and as you can tell, Bulky, his main focus was the defense. So we bulked up a lot on defense. We also bulked up a lot on offense. But the thing is, a lot of the offensive guys that we signed as rookie free agents were offensive players, in addition to they were mostly receivers. So I think there's going to be a couple of guys that are going to make the team. Now time for the good news. The good news is all of our drafted free agents have now signed, including Eric Armstead, who was the last week or a couple weeks ago I said it was going to probably take him a while for him to sign, but obviously it didn't, because he's already signed and he's ready to go. And that's a positive sign for us, because that means now that everybody will be on the same page going into these different camps. And I think that's a phenomenal thing, is that everybody's going to be on the same page and everybody's going to be able to be ready to go. Well, looking at it realistically, I don't know how much of an impact Mr. Armstead is going to make once he comes in. I'm hoping by his height and stature alone that he's going to make a huge impact, because he's 6'7", like between 270 and 280, I want to say. So he's a pretty big guy, and I think that he has the possibility of bringing the same impact that Justin Smith had. And then you also have Glenn Dorsey, who played phenomenal, I think, last year. And then you also had Ian Williams, who I think he tore his Achilles, and so he had to sit out majority of last year. And you have those 2 guys coming back. You have Armstead there. You have Tank there. Everybody's pretty much ready to tee off and ready to go. So I'm just eager, and I can't wait, honestly, for this thing to jump off like it's supposed to. I want to see this defense reach epic levels that we haven't seen in a long time. And then with that being said, I'm also expecting tremendous strides by the offense, because the offense is just as potent as the defense is right now, because the signing of Reggie Bush allowed us to become more versatile when it comes to us being able to score in the red zone. And I also read the other day that Reggie Bush was saying that Kaepernick was by far one of the better quarterbacks that he's had an opportunity to work with, and I think that's great because technically it's only Cap's 4th year actually as a starting quarterback, and he has had tremendous success from the day he came in after his rookie year and he started. And he needs to basically step up this year, because last year I kind of gave him a pass. No, I gave him a pass because honestly that was a learning curve, because he wanted to become more of a prototypical quarterback as opposed to being just known as a running quarterback. And I have no problems with that, because one day there's going to come a time where you won't be able to use your legs any longer, and you're going to really have to rely on your arm strength and being able to read defenses and things of that nature. And I think that he's been able to read a lot of those defenses, but he's also been a one-read quarterback, and that's pretty much been a knock on him, that he only can read one person coming, one receiver. And that might be true a couple years ago, but I think this year is going to be totally different. I think everybody needs to stand back and watch out for what we're about to do. I think this is going to be one of the most epic years that we've had in a while. And another thing is that all of blog sites, all ESPNs, all Sports Nations, everybody pretty much have us finished 4th in division. 4th. I don't foresee that happening at all. The 49ers finishing 4th with the team that they have. Granted, we have lost tremendous amount of weapons on defense. No problems there. But I do see our offense becoming more potent with adding Torrey Smith. But then Vernon Davis will be back to form next year with no problems. Then on top of Vernon, we have Reggie Bush coming out of the backfield. And I can't forget about my man El Guapo. He's definitely going to be running the ball. That's Chris Hyde for you guys who don't know who El Guapo is. Follow him on Twitter. So I'm thinking that this offense is going to probably be one of the most potent we had in a long time, because typically with Harbaugh, which I don't mind, is smash mouth football, run the ball to Frank Gore and let them keep running until they stop him. And most of the times they couldn't stop him. That's why our record was so great. If we return back to that smash mouth football, along with being able to pass the ball down the field with Torrey Smith, I think this year will be a great year. So I just want you guys to stay tuned. I'll probably take a couple weeks off because it's time for me to get back into the books. And then right around or a couple weeks before training camp starts, that's when you'll see your boy coming back out. This your boy AD signing off. Oh, personal shout out to my man B Samp. He's my beat writer. He's always keeping me in touch and keeping me up to date with everything that's going on with the 49ers. So I got to shout out to my man B Samp. And to my new crew, James and Bill. They did a phenomenal job today as usual. So from this point forward, y'all want to get to know James and Bill, please do so.